Welcome to the third-party Transformer news for Retro Robot Radio for the date of November 15th, 2014. Alright, Badcube has been showing off what appear to be just about finished images of their Brawny and Backland figures, who are their versions of Brawn and Outback that are done to the Masterpiece style. And they're actually about deluxe size, so if you want to have deluxe sized versions of these characters even in your Classics collection, that also works. Which I think that really fits well, making their vehicle alt modes about the right scale. Whereas in a Masterpiece collection, it makes their robot size about the correct scale. And here you can see the Quintesson Journal bonus item is also going to be coming out soon, and that has a bunch of accessories for Brawny and Backland. Fanstoys is showing off what appear to be just about finished images of their Soar figure. Soar is their version of a Masterpiece swoop figure. And it will come with a light-up sword, lots of chrome, and it's larger than the one that's coming from Bullsfire, but I presume it's also smaller than the one that'll be coming from Gigapower if they make one. So this one is scaled to go about with MP10, Optimus Prime, and Scoria. Iron Factory have been showing off some prototype shots of their upcoming Blaster Legend-sized figure who transforms into a little Cybertronian tank, and also the little versions of Steeljaw and Ramhorn that will transform into little weapons. These are kind of designed to go with the Generations Metroplex figure. And you can see there's lots of good detail on the Blaster figure. It has 5mm port weapons, which I like. Also looks like the chest even opens up. I don't know what you can put in there, but it's a cute little thing they can add to it. The Blaster is kind of inspired by his appearance in early IDW comics, where he had a Cybertronian tank mode. And here you can see both Blaster and Steeljaw and Ramhorn can turn into weapons for Metroplex, which is kind of cool to have them add on to there. Otherwise, I suppose they could go on any 5mm port. Heck, you could add them to Play With This 2, or BMOG, or any of these other great lines that are coming out. And here you can see them with Turrets and Manacle, their last release figures. Microblaze Creations has been showing off what appear to be just about finished images of their military Titans figures, which is basically a Voyager-sized version of Fall of Cybertron Onslaught, with accessories to add to the other 4 Combaticons. Here you can see the packaging for it. And here's the back of the image. I'm told that this is actually going to come with a couple of different versions of some of the parts, so it can go with the retail or the Platinum Edition or the Takara versions of the figures. No word yet on whether or not it was going to come with or they're going to make a G2 version, because obviously that one would be enough of a difference that they'd have to make a whole nother figure, but I'd be interested in it. Play With This 2 has been showing off some really cool images lately. These are the first renders. A lot of people are complaining things are coming slow from them, but I think that this is a really great opportunity for us to see the design of figures. They literally just started with drawings and showed us those, and now they announced that they're having Pierre Bronner, a German 3D modeler, modeling them from the pictures into these CAD images, and then he's going to be having them printed out and basically making the prototypes. So here's what the tech drone for Desolator, who's named Demon, is going to look like. He's basically a bunch of 5mm port parts that assemble into a robot or a space jet, I think it's a spaceship. And also it can become weapons in a backpack for Desolator. And I think the drone for this is also the same as the one that's coming out for several of the recolored figures down the line. A cool little item that Play With This 2 also showed on their website was the idea that Desolator might have a cape accessory made out of velvet that's been kind of cut up and burned at the edges. They said this kind of goes with his demon motif. So I don't think Xovergen ever had a cape, but you know, why not? It looks good on him. They've also been showing off some of the crowdfunding exclusive decos for their Headshots figures. This is Headshots Volume 1 with Terrible, Skullfucker, and Madwing. And as you can see, they're in particular colors. These are not going to be the retail versions, but only available through the basically Kickstarter or whatever they end up using for their crowdfunding. And here you can see I put Skullfucker on the recolored version of their Desolator and Bloodbath figure to make a full figure. Also, there's some recolors of their Blackjack, Moon Unit, and Xando figure coming out. So the kind of cool stuff that'll be coming from them. You can add these onto some of the existing bodies and make your own characters. I'm sure they'll have biographies and fiction by Simon Furman. Xovergen have been showing off these prototype images of their Apex armor-inspired figure that can go on to either the Master Armor Trailer Force or the MP10 Optimus Prime. And here you can see from the back a little of the detail of how it transforms and what parts they're made out of it. So this one I think a lot of people are looking forward to make their Masterpiece God Bomber out of, or their Classics God Bomber out of their Trailer Force. X-Transbots has been showing off their Andres figure, who is their version of Scourge, done in the Masterpiece size. It's about the same size as Masterpiece Starscream, I'm told. And it will actually have a place in the chest where you can put your MP10's Matrix of leadership into, turning him into, I don't know, Scourge Prime or Andres Prime. And here you can see it compared to the KFC's Transistor figure. So it's about the same size as that, which is, I think, 23 centimeters tall. X-Transbots also been showing off their Apollyon figure. This is a test shot done in black plastic, and you can see it compared to the MP10 Optimus Prime. It sizes up very nicely. And here's the alternate mode. Looks like it comes with all the basic accessories that the original Megatron came with. Wonder how that actually sizes up in alt mode compared to the actual gun. They might be pretty close to a 1-to-1 size or a little bit bigger. Was the original Megatron 1-to-1 size, or was that slightly shrunk? And here he is in some action poses. And this version is a render of what it could look like painted, and a hand-painted prototype. Since our last episode, I've posted 2 new audiobooks on the YouTube channel. Both are Listen and Fun stories from 1985. One is the Transformers story Sun Raid, and the other one is the G.I. Joe story The Cobra's Revenge. Fun thing about these 2 stories is they both have the same group of voice actors, and were basically written in the same universe. Have a listen to them if you want. We had a question asked on the YouTube channel this last episode. Sean Markle asks, just curious, who is your favorite Transformer and why? To which I replied, it's hard to say, but Prowl was given to me as a kid by my father on a trip from Michigan to Florida to keep me busy as a kid in the car. And that's always been one of my favorites because of that. It was my first full-size Autobot figure. I think I had maybe like a mini-bot before that or something, or my brother did. But, yep, Prowl. Always had a little place in my heart, and I've always held him as being the second in command of the Transformers, and probably the smart one of the Transformers that they always go to when they have a problem, at least in my fiction. And it's fun to see that him taking the turns that he's taken in IDW comics as being the genius that I always knew he was. This week's screen capture is of the Armatron robot arm from Radio Shack, a toy I remember fondly as a kid. This week's news brought to you from the pages of tformers.com and TFW 2005. News read by Matthew Ignash. Stop by wikialpha.org to read more about third-party Transformers. Check out the Facebook page of the third-party TF Crashers. And then come on by the Retro Robot Radio YouTube channel and subscribe.